Welcome back to PowerSchool TV. In this video, we'll continue talking about PowerSchool MTSS and the MTSS workflow. This time, learning more about steps 3 and 4, which are monitoring an intervention and assessing effectiveness. These actions are crucial to determine next steps for each student, the final piece of the MTSS workflow. To learn more about steps 1 and 2 of the MTSS workflow, make sure to review our previous video, linked here, and the video description down below. Once you have reviewed data and assigned and selected an intervention, it's time to deliver and monitor the intervention. Let's pick up where we left off using the example from our previous video. We are now in the intervention for reading, and these are the students we've identified as needing a little extra help and support with ELA. Here, we can schedule the intervention. We can also schedule how often each week it will meet and how many minutes we will deliver instruction every time it meets. We can also manage the intervention in a few different ways. The first is being able to enroll students to the intervention. One way to do it is directly from the data, which we learned how to do in the previous video. Another way is to add students within the intervention by entering the student's information, their name or ID, and easily assign them to the intervention they need. We can also add staff members to the intervention by clicking on Staff. Here, we can also schedule the intervention and decide exactly when the intervention is going to meet, or we can leave the intervention unscheduled. Finally, there's help for staff here as well. You can find research-based strategies for helping students through interventions. Now let's go back and see how we can track the progress at the intervention level. Here, we can see the progress and how many sessions we have done so far and the average meeting time of the sessions. We can also see the attendance to the intervention specifically, which is separate from school attendance. We can take observations of how the student is doing, and we can enter notes at the intervention level and at the student level. Now, let's see how we can track each student through each intervention meeting. Here, we can see all of the dates that the intervention is scheduled on. We can track student attendance, take observations, and track student progress against goals. Every student has a data card that helps us understand exactly where they are. From here, we can also take attendance of the interventions and mark tardiness or absences in mass, making it easier for large groups of students. We can also make observations, which will then be aggregated so you can easily track progress. Like attendance, we can also take observations in mass. Now, let's talk about goals. Here, you get to customize your intervention however you want for each intervention and for each student. There are two main ways to enter your data for goals. You can type in a score, or if this is a national assessment, you can retrieve scores and grab that data. It's already there. Now, let's talk about how to progress monitor. Here, we can look at the progress of one student or a group of students at a time, and we can see that progress for each goal we are monitoring. We also have observations data and attendance data. Here, you can see that one of the students has low attendance, and this allows the educator to spot that trend immediately, which will help to get this student back on track and figure out why they aren't showing up to their interventions. And that's how you can use PowerSchool MTSS to monitor interventions, assess effectiveness, and determine next steps. If you want to learn more about MTSS, check out our resources in the description below. And as always, if you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to PowerSchool TV for more tips and updates from everyone here at PowerSchool. See you next time.